The SCAB Awards recognize leadership and excellence in accelerating socio-economic changes. It has become a benchmark of best practices in India in the fields of governance, infrastructure, finance, banking, technology, corporate citizenship, economics and inclusive growth. Recently, Sagarmala project received the Equals Gold Award in Infrastructure Sector in the 52nd SCOC Summit 2018 in New Delhi. Sagarmala is the Ministry of Shipping's flagship program for port-led prosperity. It focuses on four pillars such as port modernization, port connectivity, port-linked industrialization, and coastal community development. It aims to double the share of domestic waterways, inland and coastal in the modal mix. Kashmir Super 50. Project Kashmir Super 50 is a joint initiative by Indian Army, Center for Social Responsibility and Leadership CSRL and PETRONETLNG Limited PLL. It was launched in 2013 to transform the educational status of children from economically weaker sections in the Kashmir region. As part of the 11-month program, selected students are provided with complete free residential coaching for IIT, JKCED and other premier engineering institutes. The project has equally helped the families of these youths in their growth and prosperity. It is a major initiative towards bringing normalcy in the valley. On similar lines of Kashmir's Super 50 for engineering aspirants, Indian Army is planning to provide selected students with complete free residential coaching for National Eligibility Code Entrance Test NEET. Government schemes. Surya Shakti Kisan Yojana Sky. Gujarat government has recently launched Surya Shakti Kisan Yojana, a solar power scheme for farmers. It enables farmers to generate electricity for their captive consumption as well as sell the surplus power to the grid and earn an extra income. This is the first such scheme in the country. As per the scheme, farmers having existing electricity connection will be given solar panels as per their load requirements. The state and central governments will give 60% subsidy on the cost of project. The scheme duration is 25 years, which is split between 7-year period and 18-year period. The scheme envisages setting up of separate feeders for agricultural solar energy consumption. The scheme is under the Ministry of Tribal Affairs. The mission is an initiative for targeting livelihood generation for tribals by harnessing non-timber forest produce. Under the scheme, 10 self-help groups of 30 tribal gatherers are being trained and provided with working capital to add value to the products, which they collect from the jungle. It also aims at build upon the traditional knowledge and skill sets of tribals by adding technology and IT for value addition. It also focused on setting up of tribal community-owned Van and Vikas Kendras in predominantly forested tribal districts. Poshan Abhiyan / National Nutrition Mission. Recently, Ministry of Women and Child Development has organized Tech-On for POSHA and Abhiyan. PM's overarching scheme for holistic nourishment POSHA and Abhiyan strive to reduce the level of stunting, undernutrition, anemia and low birth weight babies. It targets to reduce stunting, undernutrition, anemia and reduce low birth weight by 2%, 2%, 3% and 2% per annum respectively. Mission 25 by 2022, although it targets to reduce stunting by 2%. Mission would strive to achieve reduction in stunting from 38.4% and FHS4 to 25% by 2022. It may include the following nutrition strategies and interventions. 1. Supplementary nutrition. 2. High YC and infant and young child feeding immunization. 3. Food fortification. 4. Adolescent nutrition. 5. Dietary diversification. 6. Maternal health behavior change communication is the key component of POSHA and Abhiyan for converting it into January Andean People's Movement. All the states and districts will be covered in a phased manner, i.e. 315 districts in 2017 to 18, 235 districts in 2018 to 19 and remaining districts in 2019 to 20. It will be funded 50% by the Government of India and 50% by World Bank or other multinational development banks. http://www.shankariyasacademia.com // www.yesparliament.com 81. The Executive Committee is the apex body for all nutrition-related activities under the POSHA and Abhiyan. National Council on India's Nutritional Challenges under chairmanship of Vice Chairman Ben Bog has been set up under the POSHA and Abhiyan. Krishi Kali and Abhiyan. The Ministry of Agriculture and Farmers Welfare has launched the Krishi Kali Abhiyan so as to aid, assist and advise farmers on how to improve their farming techniques and raise their incomes. The Krishi Kali Abhiyan will be undertaken in 25 villages with more than 1,000 population each in aspirational districts identified in consultation with Ministry of Rural Development as per directions of NIVIA. The overall coordination and implementation in the 25 villages of a district is being done by Krishi Vigyan Kendra of that district. Various activities to promote best practices and enhance agriculture income are being undertaken under this plan, such as 1. Distribution of soil health cards to all farmers. 2. 100% coverage of bovine vaccination for foot and mouth disease FMD in each village. 3. 100% coverage of sheep and goat for eradication of pest disease through maintenance PPR. 4. Distribution of mini kits of pulses and oil seeds to all. 5. Distribution of horticulture/agroforestry/bamboo plant at 5 per family location appropriate. 6. Artificial insemination saturation. 7. Demonstration program on micro irrigation. The Ministry of Culture, Government of India has introduced a new scheme, namely Equal Sivako Yochna. The scheme envisages to reimburse the central government share of central goods and services tax CGST and integrated goods and service tax IGST on purchase of few raw items. It includes ghee, vegetable oil, feta/maida/ava/flour, rice pulses, sugar, burr/jaggery, etc., which go into preparation of food/prasad/langar/bandara offered free of cost by religious institutions. The objective of the scheme is to lessen the financial burden of such charitable religious institutions who provide food/prasad/langar community kitchen/bandara free of cost without any discrimination to public/devotees. All the eligible institutions will be registered with Darpan portal. Pradhan Mantri Matra Bank Anna Yojana. Government has provided cash incentives to nearly 23.6 lakh beneficiaries out of an estimated 51.6 lakh a year under Pradhan Mantri Matra Bank Anna Yojana. The scheme was approved by the Union Cabinet in 2017 and is implemented by Ministry of Women and Child Development. Under the scheme, pregnant women and lactating mothers are offered the cash incentive of Rs. 6,000 on the birth of their first child as partial compensation for wage loss. It was done to reduce maternal mortality and malnutrition levels among children. Many states like Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Odisha and West Bengal have not yet implemented the scheme. These states account for 25% of the beneficiaries. Tamil Nadu, Telangana, Odisha and West Bengal have their own maternity benefit schemes and have been reluctant to implement the PMMBE schemes related to brain drain reversal. The schemes launched to reverse the process of infamous equals brain drain have finally started yielding results. This was reflected in the data presented at the first joint conclave of India's top 3 science fellowships. The 3 science fellowships are as follows. 1. Ramanujan Fellowship of the Science and Engineering Research Board Cert. 2. Ramalingaswamy Reentry Fellowship of the Department of Biotechnology DBD. 3. Inspire Faculty Fellowship of the Department of Science and Technology DST. The schemes cover all major disciplines of science. The Ramanujan Fellowship is meant for brilliant scientists from all over the world to take up scientific research positions in India. The Ramalingaswamy Reentry Faculty Fellowship of DBD was meant to bring back Indian scientists working abroad so that they can pursue their research interests of national relevance. The Inspire Faculty Scheme opens up an assured opportunity for research career KORC for young researchers in the age group of 27 to 32 years. National Institutes in Use. Central Adoption Resource Authority. It is a statutory body under the Ministry of Women and Child Development. It functions as the nodal body for adoption of orphan, abandoned and surrendered children and is mandated to monitor and regulate the same. GOVT of India in 2003 has ratified the Hague Convention on Inter-Country Adoption, 1993. In accordance with the provisions of the convention, CARA was designated as the central authority to deal with inter-country adoptions. It has recently barred partners in life and relationships from adopting the child on the ground that cohabitation without marriage is not considered a stable family in India. It permits a single woman to adopt a child of any gender, while single men can adopt only boys. In case an applicant is married, both spouses must give their consent for adoption and should be in a stable marriage for at least 2 years. Directorate of Advertising and Visual Publicity, DAVP. DAVP is the nodal agency to undertake multimedia advertising and publicity for various ministries and departments of Government of India. Even some of the autonomous bodies and public sector firms also route their advertisements through DAVP. The advertisements are carried on various platforms, including print and visual media. Last year, a new entity called Bureau of Outreach Communication was formed by merging the DAVP and Directorate of Field Publicity and Song and Drama Division. The merger is mainly for bringing in synergy for efficient publicity works of the government. Bureau of Outreach Communication is under the jurisdiction of Ministry of Information and Broadcasting. Government has recently decided to study the impact of its advertisements on people. It is aimed at drawing up a strategy for the judicious use of money for publicity. Directorate of Revenue Intelligence Drink. The officers of Directorate of Revenue Intelligence Drink have effected the seizure of 32 kilograms of foreign origin gold value that is 10.32 crore, smuggled from China into India through the Indo-China border in the state of Sikkim. The Directorate of Revenue Intelligence is the apex anti-smuggling agency of India. It is working under the Central Board of Indirect Taxes and Customs, Ministry of Finance, Government of India. It is tasked with detecting and curbing smuggling of contraband, including drug trafficking and illicit international trade in wildlife and environmentally sensitive items, as well as combating commercial frauds related to international trade and evasion of customs duty. Drink was previously CR by the Central Revenue Intelligence Bureau, which was made in 1953. National Council of Senior Citizens. 3-week meeting of National Council of Senior Citizens NCSC was convened by the Ministry of Social Justice and Empowerment. The NCSC advises central and state governments on the entire gamut of issues related to welfare of senior citizens and enhancement of their quality of life. The NCSC meets at least twice a year. In pursuance of the National Policy for Older Persons NCOP 1999, the National Council for Older Persons NCOP was constituted under the chairpersonship of the Minister for Social Justice and Empowerment to oversee implementation of the policy. NCOP reconstituted and renamed as National Council of Senior Citizens NCSC in 2012. Union Minister for Social Justice and Empowerment is the chairperson of NCSC, and from Minister of State for Social Justice and Empowerment is the vice chairperson. On 1st October every year, International Day of Older Persons IDOP Shresh has Almond/National Awards are conferred in 13 categories to institutions and senior citizens for their outstanding contribution towards the cause of elderly persons since 2013. Members of the Council are entitled to make nominations for KO Shresh has Almond. Bureau of Police Research and Development BPR&D. Union Home Minister recently exhorted the Bureau of Police Research and Development BPR&D to work towards imparting training in soft skills to all the policemen in the country. The Ministry of Home Affairs demerged NCRD from BPR&D recently. The Government of India formally established the Bureau of Police Research and Development BPR&D under the Ministry of Home Affairs, giving a new orientation to then-existing Police Research and Advisory Council 1966. BPR&D was to directly participate in police functions and suggest reforms. Its primary objective was to modernize police force and to take direct and active interest in the issues to promote a speedy and systematic study of the police problems, to apply science and technology in the methods and techniques used by police. Bilateral issues. India, U.S. Defense Pact.